Husband,
Yes, wife?
let's read the Bible.
But we're atheists. Why would we want to do such a thing?
Because we live in small town USA and everyone around us quotes this thing extensively and we have no idea how to respond?
That's true. Neither of us grew up with religion, yet Christianity is playing a huge part in our country's politics.
We're not scholars or academics, so Sacrilegious Discourse is our first take reaction.
This feed houses our reading of the book of Exodus, and each subsequent book will get its own separate feed too.
Why are we separating each book?
Not all podcast platforms allow access to older episodes. This will ensure our listeners don't lose access to any of our previously released material.
You can find our most recent episodes on our main channel, Sacrilegious Discourse.
That's right. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode.
Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband,
I'm wife.
and together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep. Husband,
Yeah, wife.
do you remember what happened last time?
I think there was a lot of rules and laws and crazy ass shit.
Rules and laws on how to treat virgins and slaves and rape victims.
Because slaves are okay in the Bible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
it's good shit.
all kinds of stuff. And I got a little hot and bothered and the episode went long.
Yeah, that was a long episode.
It was.
I'm glad we're only doing 2 sections these days as opposed to 3, because that might have been like an hour and a half long.
Yeah, sorry, apologies, etc.
Yeah. So what are we doing today?
Today we are doing Exodus chapters 23 and 24.
All right, well, let's do this.
All right.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there, so it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap.
Oh.
But, we can definitely use any amount, so, any support is always appreciated.
So what exactly is Patreon?
It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And
Just our podcast?
any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. But we love you anyway.
So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love.
Yeah. All right. Exodus chapter 23 starts with a continuation of the last section from chapter 22, which was, I already forgot. Laws of human relations. Okay,
so we're talking about more laws and stuff.
More laws and stuff.
But these were the boring laws, sort of.
Well, some of them were, and some of them weren't.
Right,
so
right.
Let's see what we got.
Maybe we'll get some more good ones.
I don't know. Let's go.
Okay.
You must not pass along false rumors. You must not cooperate with evil people by lying on the witness stand. Wow, the Republicans just did a really horrible job of that.
Timely.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
In case anybody wonders, we're recording this right after they just decided not to indict Trump.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
In case you're wondering why we're like, huh.
Yeah, the timeliness. Yeah.
You must not follow the crowd in doing wrong. Oh, so that whole insurrection, all of those people that were like mad by the crowd,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't follow the crowd, assholes.
Right.
Yeah. When you are called to testify in a dispute, do not be swayed by the crowd to twist justice. Jesus Christ, it's like we're starting out today just speaking directly to the Republicans.
Yeah, I know.
The ones who claim to be Christian.
Right.
I'm sorry if I'm being a little asshole-ish. Is that the right word?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
but I think it's well-deserved.
It really
given,
is.
Given the current circumstances.
It really fucking is. And do not slant your testimony in favor of a person just because that person is poor.
Yeah, Juliana. Wait, just because they're poor?
Just because they're poor.
Oh, okay.
Don't feel sorry for somebody just because they're poor.
Got it.
That one doesn't really.
Yeah, that one doesn't fit.
No, that one doesn't fit.
Okay.
If you come upon your enemy's ox or donkey that has strayed away, take it back to its owner. Again, with its plastic ID card that was laminated.
Right. And I guess we don't really have the or else in this version.
No.
They're not giving or else's.
Not yet, anyways.
Okay.
If you see that the donkey of someone who hates you has collapsed under its load, do not walk by.
Man, I hate it when my ass collapses under its load.
My ass is always collapsing under this load. But seriously, instead, stop and help. That makes sense. I mean, don't be an asshole just because, you know, somebody else is an asshole.
Right.
That doesn't give you free rein to be a jerk.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. In a lawsuit, you must not deny justice to the poor. Be sure never to charge anyone falsely with evil. Never sentence an innocent or blameless person to death, for I never declare a guilty person to be innocent.
Wow, so that says a lot for the Spanish Inquisition and the Salem witch trials and
or contemporary all of the black people who have been jailed for various stupid false charges and daring to smoke weed, which now white people are selling.
That's always been the case. It's just they only ever caught the black people.
No, I know that is true, but you were directing it towards days of old, and I'm saying nope, still stands today.
No, I gotcha.
Take no bribes, for a bribe makes you ignore something that you clearly see. A bribe makes even a righteous person twist the truth. Yeah.
You think Stormy Daniels was a righteous person?
I'm not here to judge Stormy Daniels because sex workers take a bad rap and they're just trying to make a living.
I mean, to be fair, she still, went out and testified against him even though she took a bribe, so.
Right.
I guess that's all good.
My phone just went off even though I silenced it.
Way to go.
Apologies.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's your family text thread that's going off. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm not here to judge Stormy Daniels. I don't care if she's a good or bad person, you know?
Right. No,
I don't know if she's a good or bad person.
I agree.
But I will say that just because she is a sex worker doesn't mean she's a bad person.
I really only brought it up because she was the only person I could think of that took a bribe to stay silent, so.
I mean, think about all of the people that are working with, under, or for Trump. They are all taking bribes in one form or another, whether it's being bribed straight out with money like Stormy Daniels was, or bribed with promises of some kind of help, legal fees or whatever later, or a position in the Republican Party, or Patriot Party, whatever, or they're all being bribed in some fashion. Bribed in that he will not reveal what the fuck ever he is holding over some of them. Because I'm sorry, he is holding something over some of them.
Yeah. No doubt.
Giuliani at the very least, but I would also think maybe Lindsey Graham, although who could know? He's just a flip-flapper regardless.
Right.
You must not oppress foreigners. You know what it's like to be a foreigner, for you yourselves were once foreigners in the land of Egypt. He already said that.
Yeah, we kind of covered that one already.
Yeah. Plant and harvest your crops for 6 years, but let the land be renewed and lie uncultivated during the 7th year. I didn't realize that they did crop. What's it called? Rotation.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty advanced as far as I know.
For thousands of years ago.
Yeah. Then let the poor among you harvest whatever grows on its own. Leave the rest for wild animals to eat. The same applies to your vineyards and olive groves. You have 6 days each week for your ordinary work, but on the 7th day you must stop working. This gives your ox and your donkey a chance to rest. It also allows your slaves and the foreigners living among you to be refreshed.
God knows my ass needs a rest.
And all of the slaves that you own, you got to rest your slaves. God, I hate this book so much. Pay close attention to all my instructions. You must not call on the name of any other gods. Do not even speak their names. Because they certainly exist.
Right.
Obviously.
I mean, they've referenced them so many damn times. It's ridiculous.
Right. All right, we're moving on to the 3 appointed feasts.
Okay.
Each year you must celebrate 3 feasts in my honor. First, celebrate the festival of unleavened bread. For 7 days the bread you eat must be made without yeast, just as I commanded you. Celebrate this festival annually at the appointed time in early spring in the month of Abib, for that is the anniversary of your departure from Egypt. No one may appear before me without an offering. Okay. Second, sorry about that.
Yeah,
they're having quite the conversation over there.
You were silencing all your stuff.
I thought I did, but it's still going off, and we're in the middle of recording, and I don't know how to do it now.
I mean, I get the same text messages. It's not going off on mine.
Okay, so you know what? You are better than me. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay.
Sorry, you're the best. Second, celebrate the festival of harvest when you bring me the first crops of your harvest. Finally, celebrate the festival of the final harvest at the end of the harvest season, when you have harvested all the crops from your fields. So basically they're saying at every season change.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where Easter and Thanksgiving and like Christmassy New Year's come in.
Right. But you'll notice that none of these festivals are anything we really know about.
Right.
Like, I mean, Festival of Unleavened Bread.
Right. Well, no, the Jewish still do that.
Right. But I mean, like,
this
is God's commandments, right?
But the Old Testament is considered more Jewish than Christian.
Got it.
So the Jewish still hold to all of these festivals, but the Christians are like, nah. Because, they only go by the New Testament, except for when it conveniences them, like being anti-gay. You know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, no, the whole Bible means everything to me.
That's what always bothers me, I think, is like they pick and choose what they want out of the Old Testament versus the New Testament. When you throw something in their face, they're like, well, that's out of the Old Testament. I'm like,
it doesn't count.
But your buddy over there just quoted me something from the Old Testament and told me to take it as truth because it's God's word. So you can't have it both ways.
But they can, though. And they do. They quite often do. At these 3 times each year, every man in Israel must appear before the sovereign, the Lord. The Lord,
Yeah.
You must not offer the blood of my sacrificial offerings together with any baked goods containing yeast. Ew.
Okay.
And do not leave the fat from the festival offerings until the next morning, because that's gross. Put that shit in the fridge. As you harvest your crops, bring the very best of the first harvest to the house of the Lord your God. You must not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. Jesus.
What the hell?
These are so random and gross.
Yeah.
Like, don't be nasty. Love God. Okay, next section. The Lord's angel sent to lead Israel. See, I am sending an angel before you to protect you on your journey and lead you safely to the place I have prepared for you. I don't know why it started with see. So, see, this is happening. Okay. Pay close attention to him and obey his instructions. Do not rebel against him, for he is my representative, and he will not forgive your rebellion. But if you are careful to obey him, following all my instructions, then I will be an enemy to your enemies, and I will oppose those who oppose you.
Like, you guys have lots of rules, and if we don't follow them, we die, and like all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Are there easier gods? Because I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, asking for a friend. Yeah, that's really funny, actually. For my angel will go before you and bring you into the land of the Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Canaanites, Hivites, and Jebusites, so you may live there, and I will destroy them completely. What? Oh my God. What the hell?
I thought we were supposed to be nice to foreigners.
Apparently
not those foreigners, though.
Not when we go into their lands. When we go into their lands...
Fuck them foreigners. They're fucking assholes.
Yeah, we want their shit. It's fine. You must not worship the gods of these nations or serve them in any way or imitate their evil practices. Instead, you must utterly destroy them and smash their sacred pillars.
I feel like there's a lot of contradictions in this book.
I feel like this is nastiness.
Right?
Go into somebody else's land, basically go into somebody else's house and destroy the things that they hold sacred.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So rude.
Right.
You must serve only the Lord your God. If you do, I will bless you with food and water, and I will protect you from illness, except for sometimes when I don't feel like it.
But there's the whole basis for not Scientology, but Christian scientists.
Yeah, yeah.
He will protect us from
us from illness.
Yeah.
Not by creating something like vaccines or whatever.
Right.
Whatever. There will be no miscarriages or infertility in your land. Oh,
bullshit.
I got something to say about that. And I will give you long, full lives. I will send my terror ahead of you and create panic among all the people whose lands you invade.
But you know what, though? If you had a miscarriage, they're going to blame it on the woman because she didn't truly believe in God or something.
She didn't pray hard enough or some shit. Yeah. But did you hear that? He's going to send his terror ahead of you and create panic among all the peoples whose land you invade.
Yeah, he's a dick.
I hate this God.
Why are they going there in the first place? Why can't they just, leave them the fuck alone?
Just stay home. Pick a land and live there. For God's sakes, just stay home.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are the biggest bunch of assholes on the planet at this time.
Exactly. I will make all your enemies turn and run. I will send terror ahead of you to drive out the Hivites, Canaanites, and Hittites. But I will not drive them out in a single year, because the land would become desolate, and the wild animals would multiply and threaten you. I will drive them out a little at a time, until your population has increased enough to take possession of the land. And I will fix your boundaries from the Red Sea to the Mediterranean Sea, and from the eastern wilderness to the Euphrates River. I will hand over to you the people now living in the land, and you will drive them out ahead of you. Make no treaties with them or their gods. They must not live in your land, or they will cause you to sin against me. If you serve their gods, you will be caught in the trap of idolatry. The end. Don't be idolatrizing. Don't be having idols of other gods.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
Whatever.
The whole thing is just bad, dumb, and wrong, you know?
I mean, we go from saying respect foreigners because you were once foreigners to kill them all. In a matter of, just a few sentences. There's
totally a difference. He's saying when you go into their land, take everything, kill them all, and it's okay. But if you are sitting in your house and they come into your home, you got to treat them good.
I guess.
That's what he's saying. He's saying when you're traveling around, it is perfectly fine to take whatever the fuck you want and kill people. But if you're at home and somebody comes into your house, that's when you be a good neighbor.
No wonder these fucking Christian, Republican, bullshitty motherfuckers are all a bunch of warmongering dumbasses.
Yep.
Words like that makes perfect sense now.
It's true. Nasty.
All right. We ready to move on to the next chapter?
I guess.
All right. We'll do this here in just a second.
All right. Okay, Exodus chapter 24. Moses and the elders on Mount Sinai.
They're back on the mountain, huh?
We just can't get away from that fucking mountain.
Apparently.
Then the Lord instructed Moses, "Come up here to me and bring along Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and 70 of Israel's elders."
Wait, they just picked right back up. I feel like we're doing a flashback.
Right?
To the same, I don't know. This is weird. Okay.
I didn't edit this book.
Right.
All of you must worship from a distance. Only Moses is allowed to come near to the Lord. Well, that's convenient.
Yeah, right.
The others must not come near, and none of the other people are allowed to climb up the mountain with him. Then Moses went down to the people and repeated all the instructions and regulations the Lord had given him. All the people answered with one voice, "We will do everything the Lord has commanded." In one voice they said that.
Awesome.
Then Moses carefully wrote down all the Lord's instructions. Early the next morning, Moses got up and built an altar at the foot of the mountain. He also set up 12 pillars, one for each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he sent some of the young Israelite men to present burnt offerings and to sacrifice bulls as peace offerings to the Lord. Moses drained half the blood from these animals into basins. The other half he splattered against the altar.
This is just such a weird
It's grotesque and arbitrary.
Like, it seems like primitive.
Right? It seems so like something you would watch in a movie and you would be like, well, that's weird and gross.
Right?
Then he took the book of the covenant and read it aloud to the people. Again, they all responded, "We will do everything the Lord has commanded. We will obey." Then Moses took the blood from the basins and splattered it over the people.
Jesus.
Gross. Declaring, "Look, this blood confirms the covenant the Lord has made with you in giving you these instructions."
There's another covenant.
I love a covenant that requires me to be
doused in blood.
Battered in animal blood.
Right.
That is really awesome.
It sounds like to me a bunch of bullshit.
It sounds like Wiccan.
Yeah.
Like, how are you going to make fun of Wiccans when...
Right? Yeah, this is totally not any... This is not a far stretch from just weird-ass religions.
Right? Next they're going to start drawing pentagrams and shit. Then Moses, Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel climbed up the mountain. There they saw the God of Israel. Under his feet there seemed to be a surface of brilliant blue lapis lazuli, as clear as the sky itself. When I was young, I thought it was lapis lazuli, and I was really, really offended when I found out it was lapis lazuli, or something like that. I still can't say it right, but I wanted it to be lapis lazuli. One of the characters in Robert A. Heinlein's books is named Lapis Lazuli.
Gotcha.
Or Lazuli, whatever. But not Lazuli.
Right.
Okay.
I got it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And though these nobles of Israel gazed upon God, he did not destroy them. In fact, they ate a covenant meal, eating and drinking in his presence.
So they did what he didn't want them to do, and he was like, whatever.
Wait a minute.
Is that basically what I'm...
No.
Moses was the only one who was supposed to commune with him, I thought, or whatever.
I don't fucking know.
Whatever, who cares?
Who cares? Then the Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain, stay there, and I will give you the tablets of stone on which I have inscribed the instructions and commands."
It's the 10 Commandments.
So you can teach the people. It is. It's the 10 ones. The 10 rules.
Yay.
And all the other ones didn't get written down.
Well, except for in the Bible.
Yeah. Well, Moses wrote them down.
Right, yeah.
But
these are the 10 Commandments.
The 10 ones.
The 10 ones.
Yeah. So Moses and his assistant Joshua set out, and Moses climbed up the mountain of God. Not to God, of God. Moses told the elders, "Stay here and wait for us until we come back. Aaron and Hur are here with her. If anyone has a dispute while I am gone, consult with them." I mean, they're on a religious journey. And he's saying, if y'all get into a fight, talk to Aaron.
Right.
I'm like, can y'all not get into a fight while we're gone because we're on a fucking religious journey? Just don't.
Well, I mean, they just had bull blood fucking doused on them. So,
right. Like,
I mean,
can we take a shower?
Right.
How long does it have to stay on us? I'm getting itchy, worried about infection.
Right.
Yeah. Then Moses climbed up the mountain, and the cloud covered it. And the glory of the Lord settled down on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it for 6 days. On the 7th day, the Lord called to Moses from inside the cloud. Wait, so Moses climbed up and he made that fool wait for a week? Before talking to him?
Apparently.
God, what a douche.
I know, right? I hope he dropped some manna for him.
I hope so, too. To the Israelites at the foot of the mountain, the glory of the Lord appeared at the summit like a consuming fire. Then Moses disappeared into the cloud as he climbed higher up the mountain. He remained on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights.
What?
The end.
Seriously?
Yeah.
40 days and 40 nights?
The end.
Isn't that the same amount of time as the
flood?
The flood?
Actually, yes, but I heard something interesting, if you will indulge me for a moment.
Okay. Just for a moment, though.
Right. So my sister was reading something about storytelling in general, and she said that a lot of the times when readers of the Bible and studiers and whatever make great enthusiasm over the use of certain numbers over and over again, that what they're missing is that a lot of times the numbers were used in order to help them remember the story because it was useful. It was a useful trick to remember stuff in oral storytelling because they didn't write everything down back then.
Gotcha.
So they would use a lot of the same words and phrases and numbers to aid in repetitive storytelling.
Don't necessarily take a lot of credence in what they're saying as far as the numbers are. Well, to be fair, don't take a lot of credence in any of this bullshit. But like a lot of people are like, ooh, 40 is a magic number because it's mentioned so many times in the Bible. And really it might be just the fact that I don't feel like dealing with a bunch of numbers, so it's 40, 40, 40, 40, and 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
whatever.
And that's what a lot of now oral storytelling traditionalists will say, that it's just not what you think it might be.
Got it.
So numbers, whatever, 40 days and 40 nights.
Well, I'm really excited though. We're gonna get to see I'm assuming the next section is gonna be the 10 Commandments. Like they're gonna
but we already know what the 10 Commandments are.
I know,
they
but
already
like
said them.
It means that we get to hear some bullshit about some more laws from God, and that's
the same laws that they already said.
I know, but now they're gonna be on a stone tablet.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is exciting.
And then they're going to put those into the Ark of the Covenant, with which Indiana Jones will find later.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
And if you guys haven't watched that one, you need to go watch that Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of the top 5 best movies ever.
Hell yeah.
So there.
All right. And then you'll know everything you ever need to know about the Ark of the Covenant.
And God.
Yeah. I mean,
because he melts your face off.
Because really you don't need to know shit. He's a dick.
The Christian God of the Christian Bible is indeed a dick. I haven't read the other religious texts out there. Some just on hearsay seem a little bit nicer than others.
Well, we're planning eventually, once we're done with this, to go on to other religious texts, I think, possibly.
I'm even more enthused to do that now because now I'm trying to find, are any of the gods in history, are any of them nice, or are they all dicks?
I'm holding out hope for Buddha.
I'm holding out hope for Buddha, too.
Yeah.
So far, though, not impressed.
Right.
All
right, guys. We'll see you next week,
when we will cover Exodus chapters 25 and 26.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Husband.
Yes, wife.
Is there a way for people to contact us?
Well, sure. They can get on our Twitter account.
We have a Twitter account?
We do.
What is it?
It is Sacrilegious_D.
Like D for Discourse?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me put the whole thing, so I had to shorten it to _D.
I hate them.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
How do you spell sacrilegious? Do you know?
I don't want to. Just look it up in a dictionary or something. I don't want to do that right now.
You know why?
Sacrilegious_D. Okay?
Because you messed it up and I made you fix it. That's why.
Yeah.
What about an email?
Yeah, we got that too.
What is it?
Sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to spell sacrilegious.
Right. Well, definitely get a hold of us. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And, any comments, hate mail. We love that kind of stuff.
Also, you could answer some questions that we leave throughout, or correct my pronunciations.
Yeah,
which are probably
please.
Bad, wrong, and horrible.
Because we suck sometimes.
Absolutely.
Oh, also, if you like this shit or whatnot, give us a like on your podcasting app and stuff, or even leave a comment or something.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Goodbye.